Hi, one of the techniques a practitioner will use in your session is a technique that uses EFT called Matrix Reimprinting. Now, a couple of great things about Matrix Reimprinting is that you don't have to actually go through the past bad thing that is bothering you. It's often faster than traditional EFT, and the now you will actually be able to go in and help your younger self. So, what you are doing is actually changing the memory and being able to do whatever you wish you had done. Simply put, you're rewriting your memory. Now, this video isn't made to teach you how to do Matrix Reimprinting all by yourself. This video is to help you learn how you can help yourself during an EFT session with a trained practitioner. This way you can speed up the healing and get to lots of events in every session so you can feel better faster. So here's how you can make the most out of your session. First of all, when finding an event, don't try to analyze it or try to determine if it's the right event. Just tell your practitioner what event comes to mind as you guys talk. Understand that what you think may be the answer to the bad thing might not necessarily be the entire story. Because if your conscious mind already knew the solution, then it still wouldn't be a problem for you, right? So just let them know when it pops up. When you and your practitioner find an event, you will have emotions about it, of course. But in Matrix Reimprinting, you don't become the younger self and then tap on your feelings about it. You are actually going in as a now self and walking in and helping the younger self. So as soon as you find an event, you actually freeze it. And then you try not to become involved with the emotions. Now, I know that sounds pretty crazy, but your job is to step into that picture, essentially a memory, and go help your younger self. You will actually be the helper. So the goal is to keep you separate from the younger you in the picture having that problem so that you can be a better helper. Now, this might seem a little confusing at first. I mean, how can you not feel what you felt then? That's the whole problem, right? So this will take some practice. But now you know, and now you can start practicing. So essentially what you're doing is staying separate. And there's a good reason for which, and I'll explain that to you in a minute. For now, think of a mommy helping her little girl or her little boy. If he's crying and afraid, what's the best way to help? Mommy stays calm. No matter what she really is feeling, she stays calm. Doesn't that make sense? It's mommy staying calm that works. So you, as the helper, have to stay calm for the younger self. So once you find an event, your practitioner will help you stay separated, or as we call it, dissociated. Not to worry, you'll get it, and it gets easier. And once you start seeing how much you can actually help your younger selves in these memories, or echoes as we call them, the better you'll get at getting in there and helping them. So what do is that after we find an event and you freeze that picture, your practitioner will ask you what the younger self is wearing and maybe some other things to help you be sure that you're staying separated as well as being able to visualize the event. And it's okay if you don't have a lot of picture visualization skills. The practitioner will help you get through that too. Next, you will actually step into the picture and introduce yourself to your younger self. Huh? See, we treat these younger selves in our memories in Matrix Reimprinting as actual people. If it sounds strange, that's okay, because this does work. It can change your reaction to the bad things in the past forever. So just give it a try. If you don't believe it, just pretend. Everyone knows how to pretend. You just have to be willing. So you step into the frozen movie to introduce yourself to your younger self, and the rest of the movie, remember, the memory is frozen. It's only your younger self that's not frozen so that you can have a conversation. Now, usually we will go in Matrix Reimprinting into this memory at the beginning before the bad thing happened. But sometimes when you freeze the memory, it's at a different point in the memory. So what I mean by that is like a memory is a little snapshot of something, right? So this happened, and then this happened, and then he did this to me, and then I said this, and or whatever happened. It's like a little movie of your memory. So when you go into that movie, Where has you frozen it? Have you frozen it in the beginning? Has you frozen it right when the bad thing is happening or after the bad thing is over? Your practitioner will need to know where you are in there. Has the bad thing happened yet? Is it over? Are we in the middle? Your practitioner may want you to go to a different part of the memory to begin. She'll here will ask you that. So, after you do that, and she'll help you or he'll help you, you step in and you introduce yourself to your younger self. Now, it's important to remember what age your younger self is in this memory. If he or she is, say, 6 years old, remember that you're talking to a 6-year-old. If it's a teenager, well, you can't come in like a parent, right? So keep in mind how old the younger self is, and also what's going on in the movie. I had a client who was going into her memory on her wedding day. And she introduced herself and yelled at her younger self, "Don't marry the jerk!" No. So, no judgment. So the next important thing to know is not to make judgments. Don't tell the younger self what to do. And I know that's difficult, but you are there to help. So you have to listen to your younger self. Even if you think you, the now you, are right, and the then you, it was not right. If you came to a practitioner like me and I started giving you the what for, and what if I said, "You're an idiot, don't do that. What would make you think that you're doing that? So don't do it." Not a very good helper, huh? So here, since you are the helper, you have to be careful not to judge and not to tell your younger self what to do or not to do. And your practitioner will help you do that. Your practitioner will also tell you to ask your younger self specific questions. And you really need to listen to their answers. These, I know that sounds a bit odd, but these echoes, these little younger selves, actually talk and have opinions. Matrix Reimprinting works. Just go with it. I mean, it's why you're coming, right? You want to solve your issues, right? This does work. So what will happen next is that you will tap on your younger self in the memory. You're going to actually tap on the younger self to make him or her feel better. You're not going to try to solve the whole problem just by tapping on them, but you're tapping on them just enough so that your echo can talk more calmly. Your practitioner will help you with this. So after you introduce yourself, this is not this confusing. I'm just giving you forewarning so that you just have a general idea. Your practitioner will take you through all of this. It'll be really easy. The first time is just a bit different. So after you introduce yourself, you tell your echo that you have this great new tool that helps them feel better. And is it okay to tap on them? And then you imagine that you are actually tapping on your echo. Now, we normally start with tapping on the karate chop point. So again, you'll go in, introduce yourself, ask to tap, and start tapping on your younger self's karate chop point. Okay, I know, here you are, sitting in someone's office or on the phone and pretending that the now you has stepped into a frozen memory in what we call the Matrix and starting tapping on your younger self, which we call an echo. All right, pretty bizarre, but it's important. Just try it. It actually works really well. So as you tap on your younger self, you'll ask them how they are feeling, how your little younger self is feeling, and listen for the answer. Not how you feel about the situation now, how she or he is feeling in that echo. Now, often you'll be surprised because you've had years to think about this, right? You've had years to go over this in your mind. You're going to remember it the way you remember it. So let the echo talk. And the echo will tell you what it's feeling, and then you tap on the echo until he or she feels calmer. This is sort of like a regular EFT session in the Matrix, except that you're not really trying to solve the entire issue, you're just getting the echo to feel calmer. Now, if you go into the memory before the bad thing happens, you won't have to do much tapping because there hasn't been any bad feelings yet. Understand? The bad thing hasn't happened yet, so how can there be bad feelings about something that hasn't happened yet? Like it going into a movie in the beginning and not knowing what's going to happen. So instead, you'll just let the echo know gently that something bad is about to happen and that you're there for them. And we'll go through it with them and are there to help. All the while tapping on their little karate chop in the Matrix. Okay? Pretend it's fine. And again, don't worry, your practitioner will take you through all this. Now, when things have calmed down, you will ask the echo what it needs to make this right. Sounds easy, but it's true. Your practitioner will guide you through all this. So don't try to memorize any of this. Just know that you have to stay separate. Remember not to judge your younger self. Don't preach at them. And to really listen and to give the echo whatever it needs. Your practitioner will be there every step of the way. The final steps are to allow what the echo wants to happen, which may involve tapping on others in the matrix and getting help and other things that your practitioner will suggest, so don't worry about it. And then, when you get to a positive place, you will do what we call reimprinting that positive. The reimprinting part is extremely important, so take your time. Your practitioner will guide you. Feel free to tell your practitioner all the wonderful parts of the positive that you're reimprinting, so that he or she can help you reimprint even better and brighter and greater. And then after the session, refer to that new positive picture and feeling often after you leave the office or finished on the phone. It helps the process. So we're replacing negative learning with positive. Remember, we're not changing history. We're changing your perception of history. And that includes your memories of the bad thing, the feelings of the bad thing, and the negative learning. And if you can do that, it changes the references that you lean on in daily life. And instead, you lean on the positive. So we use Matrix Reimprinting to replace those negative reactions and therefore change how you are today. Pretty cool, huh? Much support, and so glad you're helping yourself.